documentary film, so it was a little bit unique, but we allowed it in the finalists. It was a good idea, I thought. So Jasmine, she's inspired by Wayne Wong, Spike Lee, and Michael Moore. Jasmine is a writer, producer, director with a mission to raise awareness about what we consume. So serious, Jasmine. Take it away.
Kurang manis. If you've been to Malaysia for long enough and ordered a cup of tea, that's how we do it. We always just say kurang manis or less sugar, please. Even when you order like a juice, an orange juice, double up, they double up on the sugar as well. I'm not sure if you knew that, but your juice belimbing, the standard juice that you thought was like so healthy and good for you, there's like probably 3 spoonfuls of sugar in there. And our daily intake of recommended sugar is 6 teaspoons a day. So, years back I used to have this thing about watching a movie every night, hoping that somehow some ideas would wedge into my brain and I would come up with something original. And I always shifted towards documentaries. Michael Moore's Sicko was very, very impactful for me. Because I had a very personal story, which I'll share a bit later. So, while the media has been reporting Malaysia-wide about obesity in the city, there are a lot of us who still believe that we aren't. I'm quite body beautiful. I mean, I got a shock the other day after a Chinese New Year meal, and I wore a Burger King t-shirt, and then I looked at myself and I'm like, oh. So I'm 31 on my BMI, which is body mass index, which means I'm obese. If you're 25 and above, you're overweight. If you're 30 and above, you're obese. So, I'm Jasmine, and I present to you Kurang Manis, a documentary. Meet the most obese people in Southeast Asia. We're actually very nice people, you know. I'm from Penang, and I love my food, just as my mom loves her food too. She used to come back from work, and she would hide chips, peanut biscuits, ginger ale because her legs would cramp up under her bed. And that was what she was on. Let's go back. Putrajaya, 2016. Imagine drone footage. Raw, really raw. Even actually mobile phones. I have been thinking of that. 2016, Putrajaya went on headlines as the fattest state in the country. Malacca was second. And third, believe it or not, was Perlis, which is northern Malaysia, way up top. So what I'm going to be attempting to do is to present 6 Malaysians who will bear their innermost thoughts, feelings about new Malaysia, because we've got a new government now, and also how it feels for them to be plastered on the head as 1 and 2 most obese in the region. It's not very nice. I've been growing up with this ever since I was a child, because I would go for Chinese New Year dinners and relatives would say, oh, you're putting on weight now. So in Chinese, when they say that, it just actually means that you're doing well for yourself. Or, oh, how prosperous you look good. Putting on up. So it's quite common in Malaysia for that to happen, and I see a lot of people nodding their heads. I think we've heard that, especially in the past 2 weeks. So, is this really what we are? Yes. Yes. So the 6 people that I will be pulling along with me on this journey to tell this story and to basically present a Malaysian voice. Nyonya Perliki, who's a Peranakan Nyonya. This is my wish list, by the way. Jared Seo at the top, he's an educator. He's a teacher and a brilliant guy. He's also a punk musician, and he's based in Cebu, where he works with children. We've got Hussein, who actually runs a nasi kandar store in Penang. We've got Tan, who is one of the sons of the founders of a Teochew Chendol dessert. And of course, Happy Zach, who runs his own travel and food show. What I'd like to see at the end of it is for all of us going to visit Tun Mahathir, the oldest Prime Minister in Malaysia. And I've run out of time. And basically that's it I'd like to leave you with. Thank you very much.
I think that was your last slide though, right? That was the last slide. Okay. I think you just made it in time. So
wonderful, really enjoyed a great pitch. Clearly know your subject matter, which is always a help. I guess obviously I love documentary, and I think this would be great for mobile phone style storytelling as well. How would this compare, I guess, to stories that are rated very well out there, such as, have you seen that Sugar film by Jasmine, Australian filmmaker who did a quite extensive feature documentaries done well globally on sugar and sugar consumption and its relation to society. In an age where we sort of live with a lot of messages where we constantly get, I guess, exposed to documentary narratives about guilt and things like that.
Yeah.
What is the solution that you're offering through exposing the story, I guess, or I imagine there'll be a bit of humour involved in this as well, but what's the solution you want to pitch to the community?
I've actually devoted my life to this because I started a movement like you because I just got sick of people telling me that I was putting on weight. So I thought in 2015 I changed my business model and I completely absorbed myself into the fitness industry because I've always said I don't have time to exercise. So I wear exercise pants now. I know I look middle-aged or whatever, but middle-aged women tend to do that. We wear exercise pants. It's like a reminder. I take LRTs. So the solution that I'm trying to propose is a .com that will give you a step-by-step guide on how you can KURANG MANIS and also how you can move. So there's a Nike Foundation movement where they did a pretty awesome documentary about what kids would do if they had 5 extra years to live. Because basically we're heading that way. We're going to lose our lifespan if we continue being this way. And that's why I want to do it.
I think that's a great way to pitch a study story too. Imagine what you do with an extra 5 years to live, and that's
and she's Australian. The girl that actually started that Nike Foundation. It's a movement thing. I forget the name, sorry. But yeah, Lisa Campbell. I hope that maybe I might be able to get her, to say a couple of things in this documentary.
Are you going to front camera in front? Are you going to actually present as part of this as well?
I'm not sure because I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if I should.
I think you should consider it because I think you'd actually have a worthwhile voice to add to the story.
I was thinking of narrating it.
Enjoy the pitch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed this pitch too. I mean, you had fun with it, and I can see you have fun with life. It's contagious, So, and I think I'm glad you were here this morning to listen to Jason because I think this is something that you could almost immediately start working on at a very low budget with the sort of technology that Jason is talking about. That you don't be overwhelmed by the size of this project. Start with small steps. Start getting some footage together. Inspire people with the footage that you're getting. And you can put the pieces of the story together. You're going to tell me you've already done that, right?
I'm grabbing some footage right now, but I'm just so badly set up. So I want to get some of those things.
Here we go. It's happening right before our eyes.
Not a me.
Everybody wave, you're in the film.
So this is a film within a film.
Okay, cool.
And the other thing I just wondered bit about is, are there any bad guys in this movie?
Yes.
Oh, who are they?
I'm one of those Malaysians that never attended the yellow ceremony. I have an underlying tone in here, and I'm trying to tell two stories at the same time. I was never brave enough to go to a birthday, which is a protest, because I was doing business and I didn't want to, I didn't want it to affect me. So this is my way of telling my story, because I'm sick of people body shaming Malaysians, and also that yellow color is going to be it's intentional. Also, a lot of people who don't know Malaysians know about the $1 billion whale. Yeah. And I don't want people to know of Malaysians as whales. Know us for our know us for our chendol, but not that. Thank you.
Many different whales.
I like the title. At the same time, I find it very strange because I've got no idea. Because this film is going to be a politically correct film, where obese or bulbous people are very charming.
Yes,
are you enjoying the anger of these other people that they do not have a problem with their life, but they have problem with eating disorder? That's it. And which angle I want to know? Because if you just do another what not to or how to not, that is another, what do you call that, instruction film.
Absolutely right, sir.
But you'll be interested if you give a different angle, because the title is Kurang Manis, means not very polite, and not
yes.
Kurang Manis means it's a very good title if your film goes the other way. That because from what I see the images, none of them can really qualify to talk about obesity.
Correct. It's
I
didn't want to body shame anybody.
But if you get, but because these things is a phenomenon, if there is, then we like to know them, how they feel, not to tell them, they know they are obese. They know that. As a documentary filmmaker, you can go politically correct, when what not to, that's easy to just give some talking heads, that's it. But if you bring another angle, where people forget to see these people, that can be interesting to me. Again, I'm sorry I didn't read your storyline. But this is documentary. Because Mahathir, you're talking to a politician. Oh no, come on.
When he came into office, everybody was spreading this viral video about how he said, "Bila nak cukup sedap, stop." It basically means once the food tastes good, that's his mother's advice. It's time to stop.
He should be running the country, not running a business. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I like the title very much, Kurang Manis, and I wish I could know more about the angle that you're taking, the angle. That would be interesting.
If we have some time after this.
Great, thank you.